everybody, Keegan here. Today I actually want to talk about Operation Bluebeam. If you're like me, you heard all about the SpaceX rocket launch the other night. And some people are like, it's really a UFO. We've seen this kind of stuff before. A lot of conspiracy theorists out there are saying this is Operation Bluebeam. So I want to talk about what that is exactly. A long time ago during World War II, after we rounded up the top Nazis, we gave some of them passes to come over to the United States. One of the guys that founded NASA was named Werner von Braun. And supposedly he used to tell his students that basically he would say something along the lines of, at first they will fear the communists, then it will be the terrorists, then it will be the rogue third world nations, then it will be asteroids and meteors, and then the final card, he said, would be aliens. He says that everything that the public has always been afraid of has actually been manufactured. And he said, and he knew that these things were going to happen in time. And one of the things that people are pointing out is the final card was aliens. So how would he know in advance that we were going to be attacked by aliens? Was he privy to inside information? What people are saying is that the alien attack is going to be fake. It's going to be our own government using currently available technology to make the public think that we're being invaded by aliens. And why would they do that? This is similar to the Osama bin Laden being the boogeyman during 9/11, is that they create a fake enemy like ISIS for us to be afraid of, so then they can control our public narrative and they can control us through fear. They can control the financial system. They can incorporate taxes or use taxes in a different way because of these things. So Operation Bluebeam. So years ago, when I was a little kid, I was watching the news one night, and this happened when I was probably 10 years old. Supposedly, and I remember seeing footage of it, there was a city floating in China in the clouds. People all over the place saw this giant floating city, and then there was no more stories about it. You didn't hear anything else about it. And as a kid, I thought that was really weird. A few years ago, the same thing happened. People saw these giant structures in the clouds. There's tons of footage you can find online about it. If you go floating city, China, etc. And this has been happening since I was a kid. Every once in a while, there's this story in the news about these floating cities in the sky. Some people think that like portals are opening up and we're able to see into another dimension. Other people are saying, no, 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 this is Operation Bluebeam. They're just test running it. And so you might be like, what is Keegan talking about with cities floating in the clouds? Imagine that you could, in a sense, spray little tiny pieces of metal into the atmosphere and use the atmosphere as a television screen. And we've seen footage before of supposedly the Virgin Mary appearing in Africa, and all these people are running around screaming because they're seeing the Virgin Mary in the sky. Supposedly through like chemtrails and stuff, they can keep spraying the stuff in the atmosphere, and then they can actually beam signals to the sky and make it look like whatever they want. You could make it look like 1,000 airplanes were coming to drop bombs on you and scare everybody. You can make it look like Jesus was appearing in the sky and make people lay down their weapons because they think they're having a religious experience. But these days, Hollywood and the CIA, they work together, and they've been prepping us and prepping us and prepping us for aliens, right? And so right now, what you're finding is that all the conspiracy theorists online think there's about to be a fake alien invasion. And right on time, the government comes out and they're like, are aliens real? And then this Elon Musk SpaceX launch happens. And the whole internet goes ablaze with, is it a UFO? And everybody's like, no, 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 it's not. Excuse me, I just drank some beer, don't mind me. But anyhow, so one of the things people are saying is that with the SpaceX launch, they're actually trying to slowly prepare the public for some sort of event. And this event will more than likely be done by the U.S. government. There's people online that think that the eclipse that recently happened, that the eclipse was actually the government test running a Boeing-made solar satellite. And so there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in that nobody thinks that we're being told the truth with the Elon Musk rocket launch because of the way it went down. The media acted as if it was spooky. And the media should have been more professional. They should have let us know, like, oh no, everything was fine, etc. But the way they did it was almost like they were preparing us for a movie that was going to come out or something. But I just think it's really weird. If you look at William Cooper's Behold a Pale Horse, which was a book written, I think, in 1991, one of the chapters is called Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. And I believe that Project Bluebeam is mentioned in that section. And I also believe that in the WikiLeaks, it came out that the Clinton campaign was actually talking about Operation Bluebeam at one point. So, like, there's people that really think the Clinton campaign was prepared to use Project Bluebeam during the election to sway the results one way or another. I don't know, but it's definitely crazy. If you get a chance to look up the floating cities in China, you'll see all kinds of stuff about it. But I wanted to send 2017 off on a good note because we've had a very rough year with the Vegas shooting, and I mean, there's been tons of things that have happened that have kind of shook the foundation of the United States. And I just wanted to let you guys know how much I love you guys, how much I love the Clone Keegan as a website, and how much I appreciate you guys. You guys are sending me videos and all kinds of stuff. In the middle of the night, I'm learning about the Akashic records and just all kinds of stuff. And I just wanted to let you guys know how much I appreciate you, and stick around for more videos. And in the meantime, don't roll your eyes at me.